What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, from the Tasha C Show podcast. I wanted to tell you about Anchor. Now, if you're already a podcaster or you're wanting to go into the world of podcasting, let me tell you about Anchor. Now, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. Number one, it is free. Number two, it's free. Second of all, there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, y'all. Which right now, I am using my phone through their app in order to record and tell y'all about Anchor. Also, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it's easy. If you want to distribute everything from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and so forth, and many, many more, you go right ahead and use Anchor, and Anchor will do that all for you. And you can also make, from your podcast, you can make money for it. You don't need a minimum amount of listenership and so forth. And like I said, I mentioned that Anchor is completely free, and it gives you so many creation tools, y'all, and I'm still trying to find out how to use them. So everything you need is in this podcast, okay? So anyway, go ahead and make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm.com to get started. Anchor app is both on, the Apple phones and the Androids. So take care again. Choose Anchor. All right. See y'all. Hugs and love. What is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Shout out to my podcasting YouTube fam, hugs and love and all the above. And if you're listening for your first time or wherever podcast platforms such as Anchor, which I'm using right now to record these lovely podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, if I'm saying that correctly. Also, I think I'm on Drizzer. I think I'm on there. I think I'm also on our radio. Well, it should be in the description link. Hopefully I'll put that in there. Or, just Google the Tasha C Show podcast and it should look up also where I have my podcasts. And also Radio Pub. Yeah, those are top of my head. Places I can think of. And Breaker as well. Now, just to let y'all know, if you're, like I said, if you like what you're listening to, go ahead and hit that files button so you can get updates on the upcoming podcast shows. Or you feel like it, also can go to the several other podcasts that I already recorded. Also, if you are listening / watching, on YouTube, you can also subscribe there and click the notification button. But when you go on YouTube, you put Tasha C TV. Okay, TV. Don't forget the TV, because you're going to get this lovely gospel singer by the name Tasha Cobbs. Not to say it's nothing wrong with listening to a little, music glorifying, the Lord. But what I'm saying is that just in case if you're looking for me, you have to put the TV and you'll see a little avatar where I have pink braids with some glasses. Okay, then you know it's me. Okay, but anyway, y'all, I know I've been late, considering the shenanigans of the week before last. And last week, with stuff going on, it's been a bittersweeter, some dash of sad there and stuff, whatever. So basically, y'all, I didn't come at all last week at all. Heck, we didn't get the results damn near to what was it past this weekend finally? I think. And election night was originally November 3rd. So yeah. So I know I'm repeating patterns. It's like 12:53 a.m. in the morning. And I'm going to do a podcast, but I'm going to split it in half, meaning that there's a lot of stuff since I am back to about a week and something. I'm not going to, whatever I don't talk about in this particular, podcast, I will just do in the next one. So you may most likely get a, double 2 podcasts this week because this is November the 15th to 16th. Oh, the 16th, Monday. Well, technically, it's Sunday night, where you want to look at it, or it's Monday morning, early in the morning, depending on how you look at it. So anyways, y'all, there's a lot of stuff, despite of. Speaking of that, let's get into the Rona shenanigans. Now, Rona, again, like I said, wants to let you know she's the baddest bitch. She's been up here being posted more than ever, unfortunately, and meaning that, she had, the numbers have increased of her appearance. She makes a lot of appearances and stuff, right? So now it's gotten to the point where, like, for example, Texas is one of the highest places Rona has made her entrance. I think California's second entry, and it's become increasing high in numbers. Rona at first, she parties quite a bit, likes to bring attention to herself a lot. The numbers, they already were high. First it was like be like in the hundred sections or whatever, then it'd be 706 or whatever. But I mean, unfortunately, some people, Rona would unfortunately take them, would pass on due to Rona. And unfortunately now, it has increased as far as it's been spiking up beyond 1,000 up here, just in Michigan alone. And now Rona has gotten to the point where, one of the highest numbers, we spiking to 7,000 people that Rona will be up there partying with and stuff. And like today, our governor, which is already kind of, remember how you had some folks up there setting up they can make a mini series like that on Netflix on the stuff of trying to kidnap governors and other folks. And then, all the other stuff that went on with that. Cause yesterday rather, they're going to have to do a 3-week, basically, a restriction shutdown, which is not surprising. And I don't know if they will have to expand it because, like I said, Rona has, she doesn't even usually come on Sundays. But considering the circumstances, we're just going to see because, the orders takes effect on Wednesday 18th. It's different from the blanket stay-at-home order issued in the spring. The new section will place for 3 weeks. So it's the 3-week pause, y'all, of Rona. Workers in all fields must work remotely. Must work home if it can be done remotely. Services are closed. So I'm just listing y'all just in case you from the D or whatever, or you may be from the other areas. I mean, Michigan, Mitten, state, with a rabbit hopping across it. Anyway, high schools are closed in person learning. They need to have all the schools because they have started. Like Detroit public schools and certain schools, they, ones that were already, which I didn't understand why they were having kids come back to the schools. Consider Rona is a bitch. And I usually use the term bitch, not as a term as endearment. I mean it as an insult. So, and that's what Rona is, a deadly ass insult. College and universities are closed to in-person learning. All organized sports except for professional. Theaters, movie theaters, stadiums, arenas, bowling centers, ice skate rinks, indoor water parks, bingo halls, casinos, arcades, group fitness classes. Indoor gatherings are the greatest source of spread, and sharp limiting is our focus. They were saying about the health service director Court. So here is some of the places that are open that can remain open for this brief period. I think it ends like December 8th, something like that. But like I said, y'all, like Google, if you live in Michigan or certain areas to see, where Rona is, especially if you live in the United States or some areas where Rona is making a presence still there. She just sitting there. But places that can remain open are hair salons, barbershops, other personal services, gyms, restaurant and bars, quote, in the parentheses, for outdoor dining, takeout, and delivery order. So places, y'all, if y'all was getting y'all cheddar biscuits and nevertheless you're going back, is back to, at least for now, a 3-week shutdown means you can't dine in. Dine in at the time. I haven't went and dined in yet anyway. I'm like to go if I was to get anything. Preschool through 8th grade is still open, and like I said, why open for the kids? Retail businesses, childcare, manufacturing, construction, parks and outdoor recreation, professional sports without expectations, public transit. These orders are made possible. The agency so, like I said, like they say, they skyrocket. They skyrocket. I'm trying to see a number just to show you how bad the Rona is, because that's just crazy alone. But like I said, something has to be done because they're studying Michigan Republicans ripped the new state court orders. So where are these numbers coming from? I'm trying to see. Now they just had. Now I know damn well. For example, this is messed up. Like Michigan, this is Rona. This was a day ago. 7,072 new cases of Rona and 65 more deaths on Saturday. Okay, that was just Saturday. I know, okay, that's why this thing said I keep forgetting. They haven't done this for several months where they don't record, they overlap, and the results of Sunday of people who might have dealt with Rona's bitchy ass will be put on for later on today. So that's why this seems to, but like I said, it was another day that it was 8,000 or something people had it. I don't know, unfortunately, that, Rona, because like I said, she's a bitch, end up taking. But like I said, that is something is sad that continues to happen and overlap. But there's something sad that's wrong with that. What? Sorry, y'all. I was just looking at some woman that said every woman pretended to be a victim of assault, arrested on arson and bells were charged. I can't. Okay, y'all. So I'm just giving you an update. So Rona already with the stuff. The election, which is still a circus / is a dark comedy, depending how you look at it, or lighthearted comedy. All right. Like I said, we didn't get the results, and it's interesting, and I don't want to get into all the politics too much, but it's just like I said, just hope for the best, and the decision that was made. I already told you who I voted for, but it's like this, just celebration. But it's like, okay, y'all about to go in office now. People were trying to say it was, some people were trying to say like it was election fraud, even though it's like it's only fraud because you didn't get them states. Okay, I tried y'all when the election day was. I was looking at other stuff, but I wasn't tense. But I'm like, it still can go either way. But then when I started seeing numbers, started going to blue more, and I was like, wait, and Georgia let it be known, a lot of people came through like, wait a minute, stop. Pennsylvania was like, stop. And Michigan, even over here, y'all, if y'all looked at occasionally the Google like updates when it came, y'all. It was a couple states that were blue, that turned red, but I do remember specifically Michigan was actually red, and it ended up flipping to blue. And remember, he was trying to soup over here too. And Texas was actually blue, and they flipped to red, which sad, it's not surprising. But I was kind of surprised, but wasn't surprised because, y'all, I never seen in the suburb areas, there was a lot of signs that was like blue, Biden, or people from the Democratic Party. And these used to be areas where when it came time of the election, especially when it was 4-year president, stuff like that, if people had signs, they always carry, for the red folks. And it was also the same, because it was still some people sat there. Some of them had the big ass flags and stuff like they getting paid promotion to, to have what's his name and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, all right, that's their decision, I guess. Ain't fucking with them, okay. Anyway, but other than that, y'all, so it was pretty interesting. Then Arizona flipped it around. Then, a lot of the people, was like enough is enough for that. So. Anyways, y'all, we would just see what it do. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful, a moment, but it's like, okay, let's see, do y'all do what y'all supposed to do when y'all get in office, okay? Because enough can be said. Yeah, this is a nice magical moment, but y'all get in there, we'll get rid of your asses too for years. That's how I'm looking at, like, okay, and because there's a lot of stuff, you got Rona's bitch ass. Violence from it's a lot of stuff, climate, everything else, homelessness, addiction. It's so many layers of stuff, economy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ranting, talking about other stuff, politics, and I'm talking about the issues and protecting people. It's so many issues, so it's kind of like, okay, do your best and don't be on some bullshit where you just get in office, and then we went all this only to be in the same predicament or worse than we was when we had 45. Okay, Colt 45 at that. That's how I'm looking at, Action speak loud as words, don't it, ladies and gents? And I'm trying to say general neutral. Am I saying it correctly, people? I need to say it as well, So anyway. But anyway, I'm not saying a lot. We're going to get started. It's a lot of stuff. I'm just going to go in order where I got these trig marks for stuff. I mean, these bookmarks and Instagram, okay? There is some sad stuff to report, but I may report it in my next one because it's just disgusting, disturbing about some of the stuff that came and people who have passed away as well. But I'm just going to, like I said, talk about a couple events and just go from there. Now, if Jasmine Brand, which I'm going to talk real quick and get rid of this now, the Hitmaka, which is actually originally called Young Berg. Okay, he had he was up there, he used to rap and stuff, but he's more really known for his producer. So he was also on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood franchise. But after one season, he was taken off because when he got hooked with Masika, if y'all know about that before, it was turned out that, they were saying it was some violent, they had some bitch ass in this vacation. And also, y'all, I don't know if y'all ever heard about it, like Young Birds. I mean, because that's the same person, y'all. Maybe it might be a different, personality, whatever, but it's the same person. I brought the story before, he got his chain snatched about like 10 years. Not to say that hasn't happened before, but I mean, I remember they had a Tone had it, it was called people, it was the Transformer chain. That I don't know how the hell they got it, but they had it. Tone had it in this damn video. It was called people, it's got magically, here in Michigan. I'm not trying to be fun up. Just remember that was like also what it was known for, and he was not paying child dodging one of his children's moms. I think it was like, he don't do what he's supposed to do. Had to go to court because he wasn't paying child. It was just a lot of drama with this nigga. Besides him being fuck boy and putting hands on folks, he gonna bring up, he's on Noriega. If y'all remember Capone Noriega, I more so know about it when Noriega by himself, especially when it came out with Neptunes, the producer group, with Pharrell. And Lord, oh gosh, please forgive me. I always forget that man's name. His boy did also his other half of Neptunes. Okay, but the song, so I think it was Super Thug or whatever. I think it was that song. That's when Noriega kind of know him a little bit more when he was solo as opposed to when he was in the rap doing with Capone. And now he has like a podcast and they record and stuff like that, which, I want to be able to start doing this. Like also, you see your lovely face when I'm recording these podcasts, But anyway, he has they say he's just going by the name Hitmaka. He ain't going by Young Berg no more. And some people even know, like, wait a minute, ain't that Young Berg in the comments? I be, sometimes scan and look at the comments and stuff like that under the post. And some, it was interesting enough. He gonna talk about one story about Whitney Houston was gangster and he used to be around Ray J, which Ray J surprised and consider Ray J always been like, I used to crush him. We were both kids, and then when he got older, it's like actually he may be fine, but this, he's a good businessman, obviously, but whatever. And I mean, we all seen him. wait a minute, we all seen his eggplant, which took up those screen. I seen the video. I ain't gonna lie with him, Kim Kardashian. I seen it. It wasn't there, man. But anyway, he was talking about him when he used to, but like I said, I get pretty good. Ray J has not talked about it. All this BS shenanigans he's done. He has not talked about him and Whitney Houston, whether it was a situationship, whether they were just hanging out, whether they were up there to each other. I don't know what the heck was going on with them, or they were just hanging, but he never discussed it. And especially since Whitney Houston is no longer here, she can't answer for herself. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can you sit there and discuss this, even though Noriega was asking a couple of these questions, he could have not even brought it up. He, bring it up. I'll say how when he was gangster and, she would chain smoke cigarettes and they be up there, patrol. He seen, he went, I guess they were at some event and he went somewhere. Ray J was trying to get out. You can see she's taking off her clothes, put her clothes in Ray J's room and all this stuff. And so whether they were together or not, like I said, she can't speak on it. And like I said, Ray J ain't even speaking on that. That's one thing I said, like, he run his mouth with you. That whole BS was saying, like, the whole A1 sauce with, A1 and his, I think now, ex-wife, Lyrica. He was all, even going to things so like that may not be all this other BS, but that's one thing I never heard him talk about was was, what was his, relationship or whatever was going on with him between Whitney Houston. Okay. But then it was another thing talking about, like, we were talking, ask a question, like, just, expect this something or whatever. And it kind of, he gave a leeway. And again, Hitman, young Berg, let's just say it is, decided to bring up and was talking about behind the story. Because they talked a little bit about it. If y'all remember the first season reunion, about possibly with Tara Mead, was City Videos, was like trying to get involved with young Berg. And he claimed like it was back and forth because Sierra Ree and Berg AJ, I guess, have been back and forth in a relationship, / situation, whatever, on and off for 8 years. And he was all, he had found out, basically, Ray J had found out whatever, or told him, or told Ray J something like that about, Tierra Reed, had went down on him, gave him some knowledge. And he told Ray J, was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Because he was like, I didn't give her that. And he was like, he really didn't want to say anything or put it on blast on a reunion of it. Because Ray J's coming out, they're like, well, I want to get with Princess anyway, or go back with her. And we see, unfortunately, how they are, years later. It's sad. But anyway, and so he's like, she says that Ray J told him to put that to blast Tierra Reed that she was sexually involved and for that oil on Gilbert. And then he gonna say then, like, I really didn't want to bring this out, but you just did. You just said you bring it out. You said the knowledge was superb or whatever and phenomenal. Okay, but it's like that's something like, why are you bringing this up in the first place? Okay, and I was talking, remember, he used to be in Hazel. He was trying to hold on, she was also in the franchise. She was on and off with him, like on and off for 8 years. It's just a lot of eights. And then, here you go to the circle of sex situationships, because remember back in the day, but Terry already knew this because Hazel Eve one time slept with Ray J. And then, just wind out here. It's just young bird, okay, but anyway, he could have just left that alone. I don't know what was his purpose of bringing that up, as if she talked about it or not, whether that is true or not. It was just like, why are you bringing this up? Because you bring it up about, and it is also knowing, I think you should know enough. Now, unfortunately, if a lady, woman, I'm not going to say female, if a lady, woman, female, brings up about, their past, like if they, out there, whatever, blah, 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 they usually 9 times out of 10 are going to be basically, talked about. And sometimes it's worse than that, how women are treated if they talk about their sexual escapades, or even if they have, even sometimes some people ask some sideways if somebody have 2 partners or has it's just so much. But 9 times out of 10, a guy, if they say this stuff, they're a player and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whatever, like, there's an equal opportunity. Anybody could be called a thought, as far as I'm concerned, or discuss, and anybody could be a player, or whatever. Just something. It's just messed up. So the fact that even him bringing that up, and already, unfortunately, it's still mysteries about that tape that happened a couple years ago with that guy who was like the pimp or whatever, changing life with his imaginary wife. Show. It's just messed up. But anyways, here's another story. Now, if you heard about the singer Sade, which I did not know until damn near 10 years ago, that Sade was not only the name of the singer, but it was the name of the group, which ain't that, I think they say, okay, let me Google to make sure. Sade was the name of her group, but it also goes by a separate name now. Cause it was a song, baby, you will rise. Cause Sade, I do. Okay. Smooth operator. Yeah, okay. Still bad. Got one of them damn, always red lipstick, has that one ponytail. Just, she's just one of those, what I'm saying? She is one of those, just classic people. We waiting for another, album. Kiss of Life. This is no ordinary love. Okay, like I said, she is, like I said, a living legend. Okay, please look at her stuff. I just realized it's been 10 years ago since the last time that she had an album out. Soldier's Love. Damn it, sorry, Sade. But like I said, Sade is like she has a name, but the group was also named Sade. Okay, the English band Sade. Okay, so it's weird. The name, okay, sing for Benny. Okay, I'm confused. I think it's both. I'm confused now. Okay, but anyway. But let me see here. But also, now she's a mother of one child, and I mean, at birth, her child was assigned that she was a female, and she transitioned to a male and did a full transition, meaning he has had top and bottom surgery, I think. But she, Sade has been supportive of her son, and I think his name is Isaac Theo, and Jasmine Brand also said Sade's transgender son Isaac Theo shares photos of reconstruction scars, and he just brought that up, and it's like been a little bit. I mean, he was able to get the support that he has, but I just wanted to say real quick what it has. But like I say, either way, I mean, I forgot what Isaac looked like when they were a female, but I mean, he's well, I mean, his mama is Sade, so. I don't know what his spouse look like, whatever. But, I mean, he looks like he could be a model. I mean, serious talk. I mean, I don't know what he does, but I mean, he has that face. Okay. Iconic singer Sade's son, Isaac Theo, shared a vulnerable moment on Instagram when he posted photos of his reconstruction surgery. It's no secret that the 23-year-old who was born Sade's daughter, Malika, I'm messing up his birth name originally, made a full medical transition it's supposed to be right there, be a man. But now he let his followers on a couple photos that he shared with pride. He wrote, "My scars are here. They set me free to be who I was born to be, and at times it was hard to find a light. I didn't know if I'd make it to the side, but here I am. I wear my scars with pride." And the full story is on Jasmine Brand, and that is a lot. Okay, I took a class, and I think I free source or whatever, like a human sexuality psychology course about 10 years ago, and it was just interesting to find out just the information that I found. So people that want to transition, to the opposite sex they were born at, it was just crazy. Like, it is so much money, say, for example, if a female wants to transition to a male, for example, y'all, they gotta pay a lot of money, and better yet, even when you get the I'm just keeping it real, you get the implant done, you gotta get another surgery. So it's like, I think there's a button or something behind. I remember, I'm just going by what I remember from class. You gotta get some whatever. That doesn't include, you still don't get it up. If say you have to get is a button or some type of thing under the skin. They probably have better technology now, because when I took that class, that was 11 years ago. But just the fact, okay, well, and that's when it takes Tasha feels the M to TM, that's just the initials, like female to a male transition. Their voice changed to testosterone. If a person assigned as male at birth decides to transition to a female, as I say, a lady woman, they have to, the testosterone, the estrogen does, if they take the estrogen, that does not change the boys. They have to manually, not mainly, I meant to say, it sounds like I said manly, but they have to learn how to train their voice to sound, I guess they want to be, softer, whatever, I guess you want to call it, okay? Or if they want to sound, quote, typical, I guess, female. I'm not trying to say a offensive term or nothing like that, or offensive, okay, y'all? It's just that they want to make this so faster, automatically, after so much testosterone, like I said, if you transition to a male, that voice will change without having to teach yourself how to change the voice, okay? Like I said, then it's like, okay, I know, I'm just turning to something else, but yeah, y'all, that's just this, but that decision is, I mean, good luck with that, but like I said, good luck, and blessing, good vibes and all. But like I said, like if he's not a model, he can be, because he has that handsome face that can sell, like cologne and stuff and everything else. And is Calvin Klein still even popular with their ass? I'm just saying he does have a photogenic face, even though you see the scar. And I had surgeries, as far as due to my illness, my immune illness, where I had to get a skin graft on my arm, and I had to take a side part of my back in order, that, if y'all remember that, and I had to have my hair glands removed on the bump on the arms, and I had the surgery a couple times, my lower body as well. So I know it was like, not in that area, of course, but I do have scars, okay, and have scars, tissues from the illness itself when it's flare up sometimes. So I can't, because he has the face where, heck, his face, you don't pay attention to the scars depending on the type of person you are. It's just because his face is gorgeous and he just looks like a male version of his mama, just like when he was a girl. I think I remember a girl still. He was beautiful even when he was still in his place, as when he was, like I said, I'm trying to avoid not to say anything that's, so I'm trying to use the correct terms, okay? But but he was beautiful then. So he was beautiful as now and before he realized who he was, or he was still biologically who was born as. So either way, hey, be happy, life is too short, So, anyways, I looked at Chocolate Divine 78. That's someone, shout out to her on her Instagram, and somebody one of my some of my YouTube fam as well. And there was controversy already with Nick Cannon, which is interesting enough that he's my quote unquote birthday twin. Here I rolled eyes. Okay, but anyways. And, DC Young Fly, which I've been hearing about for years. One of the videos I used to know about him was like when he used to like kind of take pictures and roast people. But then over there, he's a singer. He has the podcast, what is 85 South or something like that. He's a singer. He's actually a decent singer. He's a dancer. Of course, he's been acting in a couple of films and stuff. He's been on Wild Out. And I ain't gonna lie, last time I really watched the Wild Out was the first couple seasons on Cat Williams, and even after cameos, even the spin-off that they had. And like the original crew and stuff, the first couple years, I have not watched, Wild Out in years. And with controversy with Nick Cannon trying to fit in or whatever, and he lost the show. And this is something that she found and about what they were trying to offer. And this, because they shut that down. That whole thing about, like kind of attacking certain folks, a group of people. And he was like, nope. And then all this time, I thought like Nick Cannon was on the show that he owned, like, trademark or whatever, I don't know all the business terms, y'all, but, that was his show. Like, I thought that was his creation, that baby, and he had, the papers to prove it. No, he got fired from that show. All this time, I'm thinking that this was his dude's, not his idea, but his creation, and quote, unquote, his business, okay? His logos, his slogans, his, okay? NC, and it wasn't. Okay? But here's interesting enough. Viacom offered DC Young 8 figures to host a reboot of Wild 'N Out. His response: y'all ain't got enough money to make me cross a man that provided me with that kind of opportunities that Nick did. That's a real one. Thumbs up. That's example of loyalty, because DC5, that's how, he was on the last, I don't know how many seasons, but he has been on seasons, one of the people recent that was on there, okay? Also, I think that comedian, remember that reality show on BET, y'all, back in the day, like 14, 15 years ago, they had a couple seasons of that. And it used to be a comedian called Lil J, and then there was a couple films. I forgot. I think his name is JJ now, and he has locks and stuff like that. He used to have braids, the braids when he was younger. But he was hilarious, and I think he was on there too. I could have sworn. Because I recently had found him on there, and whatever. And speaking of, let's talk about the more the fuckery of all of this. Now, Little Pump, or it's AKA Little Pimp. And actually, y'all, it was like a little cartoon, and I ain't gonna lie, I seen a little cartoon movie based on that, because I found out about it, because I used to get for years, back in the day, really about 20 some years plus, I used to get Sister, I used to get, sometimes XXL, sometimes Magazine, and Vibe, and a couple times Honey. Maybe occasionally Essence, Ebony, something like that. No, my parents got that, but Essence, Ebony stuff, and Jet. Okay, for years. But I used to get, like I said, Sister, a lot of times, Word Up occasionally, and stuff like that, y'all, when we used to, get a lot more paper stuff. And so I remember there was how I knew about Little Pimp was, it was a Vibe magazine. They were talking about new releases, and they were talking about, it was this little kid, and his name's Little Pimp. So Little Pump, which when, there was this, actually, I think this was right in Michigan, right before, the whole circus really began again with this whole thing with election. And Little Pump was saying, just like we started seeing, like I said, a attraction to rappers where they was like, you know what, vote for Colt 45. So here's the interesting part. Now, Little Pump it up. Now he's of age where he's able to register to vote. But here it turns out, which I'm looking at the shade room, Little Pump reportedly didn't even vote after he publicly endorsed Colt 45. Now, but it still helped where even though he didn't vote, he was endorsing his fans that are still there, whatever. They probably voted for Colt 45 just based on him endorsing. And even what he said, because I've seen the snippet clip, whatever, he's like, he brought troops back home or something about the troop. And it's like, is he doing this research supposedly what Colt 45 did that was supposedly beneficial? And I'm like, what the hell does he know what he's talking about? But anyway, here's some politics. Little Pump did all that rah-rah for Colt 45 ahead of the 2020 presidential election and reportedly didn't even show up for the mans at the poll. According to a report from the Smoking Gun, Little Pimp, or as his friend refers to him, Little Pimp, wasn't even registered to vote for this election, at Daily News reports. Despite the 20-year-old Florida native encourages his 7 million followers to support Colt 45 shortly before election day, the support didn't come in where it probably needed to count. The Sunday before the election, Little Pimp attended a Colt 45 rally near his native Miami with his mega cap on. Colt 45 gave Little Pimp a shout out from the stage, calling him Little Pimp. I'm saying Little Pimp on purpose of himself. Then asked him to come up to the podium to say a few was close. Trump / Colt 45 and asked the crowd, blah blah blah, whatever. Oh yeah, so this was in Detroit, whatever. So you gotta get the rest of the results. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, y'all, because Lil Bootsy, and like I said, I haven't brought it up, and they were talking about the birthday a day ago. I think this was Saturday, whatever. And when I'm gathering this, it's like Lil Bootsy, and there's always so much controversy as is, but I just realized, like, oh my gosh. Now, join us, and this is from Say Room, wishing Bootsy a happy 30th birthday, praying for his safety and that everything's all right. After a Sprinter van was reportedly seen during an alleged shooting. Happy birthday, Bootsy. And it's like, oh my gosh, so this man got shot in the leg the same day, which I'll get in that story probably. If it's not in this podcast, it will definitely be in the podcast in the near future. And I'm just like, what the hell? But anyways, y'all, I'm just going in order because, like I said, it's so much here, y'all. Like I said, I think this might be, I may not even do 2 hours. The way it's going, I may have to break it up in a couple podcasts and call it a day. I'm thinking it might just be one because, heck, there's already 40 minutes. So I may do a couple more stories and surprisingly y'all stop. And, it might be not just another podcast, but whatever I can't get in the second podcast in this little collection or special ones, you'll get probably another one. I don't want these stories, not to, get attention to, okay? I don't know who said that. Oh. What the hell happened? Okay, y'all. I'm up here. Oh my gosh, y'all. Just to let you know, that was not technical difficulties. Y'all heard that I'm up here still in my bookmarks and somehow got to the Instagram Reels part. So, y'all heard that part. That was not intentional. That is a straight Mercury retrograde is already gone. But before I go to finishing, y'all, yesterday was windy as hell. The wind advisory it was so strong that it was from, I think, 11. Yeah, it's high wind warning. And I just want to say that from November 15th to November to St. p.m. And then that alert is now a warning till 4 p.m. this morning. The alert has expired. But here's what it was. It was like southwest winds, 25, 30 mile per hour, gust winds, 60 mile per hour were expected. Damage wind possible, not tree and power lines, that stuff. And what happened, y'all? I went to go get when I was out and about. I went to the Dollar Tree because ain't no one wrong no damn Dollar Tree, and I went to get a few items on behalf of my mom. What happened was, in the middle of me actually getting the stuff reined up, flicked up, because like I said, it's high ass winds out there. Well, like I said, even though Mercury retrograde, miscommunication, stuff like that, it's not messed up, whatever. There's still stuff that happens, because that's life. If y'all don't hear, okay, I'm just making sure. By the way, y'all, I'm dog sitting Mr. Fluffy again, my great furry nephew. He, knocked out on the other side of the bed. Even though he has his own bed and stuff, he one of them dogs that, if possible, would sleep in the bed with humans. So, it is what it is. But, like I said, he, the wind, caused it where all of a sudden, where the cashier kept trying to ring up, my stuff, it wasn't ringing up no more. And she had to get, the manager on the shift, or shift manager, or whatever, on duty, or during that time, to help. So they had to go in the back and reboot the systems. And then, heck, it was about to happen again. It flipped a couple times. I'm just like, oh, hell no. So I'm thinking we're going to have to boot again. So we had to wait a couple minutes. And then by the time, it probably was an extra 10 to 15 minutes, if that, maybe even longer. But I had to wait. And I was already finished up. With the grace of God, finally I was able to get my stuff and get the heck on out of there. But, yeah, y'all, so, whew. But anyway, I know that was boring, probably a boring story stuff. But, yeah, y'all, I'm in the middle of getting it. They could have been, it could have slid that, like, you could take the, I'm not saying, like, go ahead, take the rest of these items, because, half my order, I still, like, 60% was actually reined up. And I'm like, during it, could have been, not to say could have been like, could have gave me the discount or whatever, like, well, you did try to pay. And then they were taking the thing, they couldn't have given nothing but cash and stuff, and I purposely put the money on my card, because how it's a coin sortage and stuff. And also I like doing that too, because 9 times out of 10, it allows less contact with a person, because like I said, Rona is that bitch, and that's not a compliment. But anyway, y'all, I know this is a random thing to talk about, but sometimes I do look at the shade room and look at the tunes and stuff, right? And it's a black wedding, the bride walks down out to these timeless jams. Now, I wanted to talk about, it was interesting, the choices that they have, because there was a couple of them that I was surprised that was not on there. Okay, TVR Staff China Lovelace, Rona maybe has stopped a lot of things this year, but it didn't prevent Colt for time or not. Whether it was a courthouse or big ceremony, nothing is more important than celebrating and finding your forever love and growing old together. Outside of friends and family, no wedding is complete without the perfect music selection. Every bride needs the ideal song to walk down the aisle to her husband. Okay, but you have to be, there's not everybody. Okay, it's interesting they're just saying it to her husband, and he's just like, the real reality is, there are some people who will marry, either, someone of the same sex, they're more transgender, identifies, I mean, there's some of the labels, and I mean, in some rare cases, non-binary people might get married out. That's interesting. But anyway, I'm just saying, okay, but let me continue. Which will make him tear up at first glance? Roommates, which one of the songs would you play during your big day? I just wanted to bring up the choices and then bring up a couple ones that I remember, and a couple of them I seen in the comments. Now, anyway, one of them, y'all, Eric Benet, to me, Spend My Life With You, two great musical artists, singers, to this day. I mean, to me, they're both underrated to me. But Spend My Life With You, definitely do the song. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I first actually didn't like that song. I know that seems weird as heck when it first came out, but I love that song. Now, that is a beautiful song. But like I said, two underrated artists, but there. Case, Happily After. Yeah, I can see that one. Daniel Caesar and Her, Best Part. It's interesting, y'all. Ever since Daniel Caesar talking about you don't care, talking about black people, basically, need to stop worrying about thinking like there's no racism, all the stuff he said. When he said, I don't care if y'all don't buy my music, I mean, that's one thing we stuck to. Because, come to think about it, I haven't heard nothing about Daniel Caesar ever since he was up there, saying what he said and whatever, because we've been hearing her quite a bit, okay? She been sliding on the radio, been sliding the charts, sliding with War down the... I'm just saying, maybe Daniel Caesar's running for folks and just running, because come to think about it, after this podcast, hopefully I'll remember to look to see, does he have any more albums out? Because he's been quite quiet. But that is a beautiful song. I will give credit for that. How Did I Get You Too is also so. King Lattimore For You. Also, to me, another one of those underrated singers, to me, as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, he is a great singer. Jesse Powell. You. The original and even the remix, okay? But I mean, he was singing so, like I said, where is Jesse Powell? Come to think about it. Best book be your... Okay, that's all y'all getting. Genuine Differences. That's just true, but it is a beautiful song, though. It's about Rebecca, and I think he dedicated when he was with his ex with Sade with it before when they right before the guy. I mean, they've been divorced for years now, they're long together, but it is a beautiful song. Some people, when I looked in the comments, said they wouldn't, go and like want this song's wedding song, but I'm like. But to me, it is a love song. And you remember the part, God bless me with my whole life. Okay, I mean, Jodeci, Love You for Life. The whole video was even dedicated when it was a fake wedding. And one was going with Dante, Devontae. I forgot which one T-Boss was going with. And Chill was going with the other, but the cute ones didn't sing in the group. Okay, Jodeci. Okay, or the ones, was like, I mean, they were talented and stuff, but they weren't singing. Okay. But the video was all based on like a wedding, but that is a classic song. Chrisette Michelle. I mean, I know we've been kind of like, some people, especially since 4 years ago, with her singing a Colt for the Five's inauguration. But you had to give her credit; she is a talented singer and stuff. And I think she writes the songs too, and she does play the piano as well. But I mean, the song "A Couple Forevers." It's still a beautiful song. You have to give credit now. I don't know if she's been making any music lately, but to say like she's not a talented artist. Major, this is why I love you. And he actually comment in the in the comment section, not her. But I mean, that song is beautiful. That song was used. I found out about that song, a lot of stuff, but that is this song. You gotta give credit. Major is Major. That song's Major. That is a beautiful song, okay? He's a great artist as well. These are great choices. And last choice that they have to 10 songs is Casey Jojo. All my life I pray for somebody for you. Y'all ain't gonna get me on that copyright, even if I knew how to sing. Okay, that's all y'all getting. But look those up. Now, these are some songs that surprisingly that weren't on the list, but some people have also have brought up, like, for example, Lou Vandross, here and now. That's how my sister when she was. That's actually what she had walked down the aisle with when she was married for. Yeah, the Here and Now, Lou Vandross. Beautiful. I don't know. Say this could be a song you walk down your aisle with, but I guess it could be honorable mention. Freddie Jackson, You Are My Lady. I guess. Yeah. Okay. People say, how do you hell? Some people say, how did it go? It's about 7,000 likes. People forget Let's Get Married. Now, actually, I could understand that being a marriage song. That could be there. The only part that might be a little more, we ain't getting younger, we might as well do it. I'm sorry, but that part is annoying as hell. Like, well, since we getting older, shit, and we only got limited time on earth, let's get married. It's just that part right there. That's the only part why I wouldn't personally want that as a wedding song or even being played. It's because of that. We ain't getting no young. That's the only part I think little part just gets on my nerves. Okay. Some people say, y'all miss Music Soul Child Love. Now, interesting enough, the song, and I heard information, I don't know if it's true now, but originally it was supposed to be Lord, but they changed it to Love. Music Soul Child originally wanted to be Love, also another underrated series as far as I mean, it's pop, but it's like to a certain point, he's kind of underrated as well to me. But Love can be also so many people named in vain. Love, but it's like he's talking to love itself, the action thing. I don't know, say so many people, but it's like he's not like I said, he's talking to what love can do, the action, but not the person. So I could see personally me why that wouldn't be a wedding choice. Somebody said Brian McKnight started back in one. Yeah, but let's start. No, I wouldn't put that. What's it? Now the song is To Find Myself in You. I don't know. That's like the beginning or like you fall in love situation. But you're in the praisable love of my life that Brian McKnight. So I can see more so that being a song for it. I know one song that you would be saying. Remember that song? Let Me Show You How Your Cat Works. Y'all looked it up, y'all. I mean, the song started great, and then he went on to say, let me show you how my cat... And that's the edited version. What I just said. Look that up, y'all. Some they were saying like a ghetto. I'm just looking at a different one. Drew Hill. These are the times it all wait for. There's so many premium. Y'all look, Drew Hill to me is like they had classic songs. And some people saying, some people had the intro version. There was a group in the 90s, and it had like songs like Ribbon in the Sky, the remake of Receiving Runs from the Sky, which is beautiful to me. That I could see that personally as a wedding song, or Ribbon in the Sky. I know this is not really a wedding song, but I still think it's the stuff at least could be played at a reception. If y'all want to do a reception, is I mean, of course there could be a lot of entries from Anthony Hamilton. But best to me, oh my gosh, that is amazing. I mean, that's not the only song. Amazing. But like I said, I'm surprised some people really didn't like Genuine's difference. Now, I'll be different. They said, in those G's. No, I can understand that. It's a couple people. But anyway, like I said, I was surprised that they talked about love, whatever. But anyways, I also wanted to say one, and this group, I don't think went past one Abbott, but I do want to say this is that it was a group called Pure Soul, right? And they were, they actually had a song. It was based, it had a wedding and an everyday and everything. And it was it's beautiful. So it's called We Must Be in Love, y'all. If y'all get a chance, look it up and listen to it. It is a beautiful song. And that's the only song. I think they did remake. It was the Stairway to Heaven song. But other than that, I don't think the Let's Play album. But it was like, 93, 94, 95, something like that. But that was good. That is definitely a wedding song. I know that's not the only songs on top of, but that was just a couple choices. I think top of the head is oh no, I was trying to mark the bookmark, y'all. Copyright. No, not today. Now this is a beautiful story, but it's just hilarious how everybody took it. It's like, this is sweet. This is sweet. Now Jaleel White, I hope I'm saying it correctly. If y'all remember the Family Matters, which they did not get the proper last season, last show, when they switched over, y'all used to become on Thank God It's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Thank God It's Fridays on ABC. They used to have, that's when the sisters used to come on, Family Matters used to come on, Full House used to come on, shows like that. A couple shows didn't make it past one season and come on, like for example, Where I Live, look that up. Came on and stuff. It used to be, like I said, Friday nights, it used to be lit just like cartoons were still coming on Saturday mornings. And maybe occasionally Sundays. But anyways, so he was popular, just a popular character. He used to play Steve Urkel. And later on in the series, he got to be Stefan, and then we became two people. And Stefan, he did some they had like a bunch of fiction stuff and little magic here and there, I think, as far as I'm concerned. It was a little fantasy. It was a drama, then had some fantasy moments of Family Matters, okay? And that's what it was, with some make-believe stuff. So he turns Stefan. So, Steve Urkel was the geeky guy who was in love and actually, we think about, actually stalked Laura. That, when you look at it as a grown-up, it's like, what the hell is this? This is computer. This is stalking. Okay, this is not stalking. This is complete stalking. Ain't nothing funny about the shit when you think about, I haven't seen it since I became grown. And then the mom, who been on there for years, the original mom of the family, all of a sudden, they change her, do a switcheroo. With the Vivian situation on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they did that kind of midway, or certain opportunities, but then by, the last season, I was like, who the hell is that woman? Why is she gone? What? That's made me stop watching it. I stopped watching because once I seen that was supposed to be the different mom on Family Matters, in last season, they've been on for 10 years or something like that, and then I don't know where they changed, and then they're on a whole different network. They was on ABC, then they went to CBS. I know I'm ranting, but I'm just saying, y'all, I'm just giving a little background, or y'all, who probably grew up around that time, know what the heck some of that story is. But anyway, I've been following lately. He's a decent looking guy, but it was still, I gotta laugh because here's his message, and it was a bittersweet because thank God that his father is okay, but the response, and it's like, it's interesting. It was like, thank God, and you're like, oh goodness, I'll explain after I tell you the statement. Stefan was cool, but behind the scenes, I was just a boy who wanted to be like my pops. Almost lost him this year. But God said it wasn't time. Hashtag making it for lost time. Hashtag grateful. Hashtag, I'm going to say Rona. Not done out here. Hashtag mask up. Hashtag reached out and reconnect. Protect your parents. And Shade Room says, your real white says how he almost lost his father to the Rona, but thankfully he's not by. Thank you, thank God, great God. And he has a picture with his dad, right? So you have, of course, the praying hands, or allegedly that's supposed to be two hands giving the five. But this is on Jasmine Brand and also Shade Room with people. It's like, but the dad is looking up. I know this big brother said it, but I'm gonna say this. The dad's looking a little, looking a little scrumptious a little bit. I know it maybe seem wrong for me to say this, but yeah, the dad's a little scrumptious, and there's a couple of his people noticed. We'll pass a couple, like the Cypher come through. God whispers, "Hey, Zaddy." Officially, I think that's also the singer. That's also the daughter of Shanice Thompson. I think the daughter of a Hummer. I think that's Tweet's daughter. Underrated, also singer, artist, Tweet. That could be a honorable mention if you want to add a "You So Beautiful." That's so beautiful off the first album. I can't get over it. I See You, even though it's not exactly precisely saying that a weapon, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. Solid. Okay. But anyway, she's like, his daddy fine as hell. Lord, hold him up. Somebody told say, Chloe, his daddy fine. If he needs anything, I'm here. Praise the Lord. What is that? I'm sure he said. Taylor should say, damn, I'm glad he's okay. He's fine as hell too. Millen Meyer, his daddy, and you got the heart emojis. Okay. And Coco Chanel, but it's spelled different. Why his daddy fine like that? Gold skin 25. So we've been getting a lot of, that's my nerd side or something like that. There has been a lot of praise God, and God is beautiful, it's amazing, and took time to make that fine specimen. But anyway, y'all, I'm actually going to get off here and leave on that note. And I'm going to see you again for another one. And by the way, before I go, I'll probably talk about a little bit more. But y'all, was y'all ready for the app, from Paula White, the TV evangelist person, up here talking about she hear the sound of victory, and up here talking about some, some angels from Africa. I was like, oh my gosh, why can't be? You both just asked for some angels help. Because, when they were trying to decide, the shenanigans with this whole, election results to still go, and because she's the spiritual advisor, I guess, for Colt for the 5. So yeah, but anyways, hugs and loves, blessings, hugs and love, positive vibes on the bubbles. God bless, and I will see y'all in the next one very soon. Y'all take care. But I'm out this one. But anyway, I'm out. Take care.